guys, and welcome back to another review. So we're getting around to the BH Cosmetics Nice eyeshadow palette, as opposed to the naughty one that we did forever ago. I did do a swatch video of this, which I'll try to remember to link down below, otherwise just search my channel for it. Shouldn't be that far back. But anyway, this is just reviewing how it performed now that I've had time to go through, play with all of the colors, see how they actually wore, and I very much do like this one. And it's unfortunate that everybody slept on it as much as it did, because you can't even find this one on the secondhand market anymore. I'm like, I feel like the only person who bought it. I do love the knitted cover of it, by the way. As a crafter who knits, I love that. But anyway, so our color story looks like this, and I took notes on how each color did. I've got my notebook right here, so you'll see me looking at it because I'm reading my notes off of here. But yeah, so first color is Cider right here, which is the super silky, creamy, kind of like metallic, not quite gold, not quite coral. It's somewhere in between shade. It's like a soft golden peach, really. It works great as a shadow, or you could use it as a highlighter if you're careful about how you apply it. It's very versatile. I really, really like that color. So the next color is Cinnamon, right next to it, and this buttery metallic copper goes down so beautifully you'd assume it was a foil. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice, and you wouldn't get that just out of looking at it in there probably, but no, it's actually super nice. It blends out really nice. It doesn't have a lot of fallout. It's just a really good color. So then the next shade in there is Holly. And between the name and the way it looks in the pan, I was assuming it was going to be like a metallic olive, but I stand corrected. It's a very buttery kind of yellow gold metallic. Could also pass for a foil just like the other one. So there's some minimal fallout, but it's small enough to where I can't really complain too much about it. So then we're on to Berry over here. And this is like a really pretty reddish copper shade with a lot of shine to it. It's super smooth, but it does take a bit of work to hit the full opacity. But otherwise it's really, really nice. So next shade down is Cookie, this brown one here. It's a matte, medium, warm tan shade. It evokes kind of like leather vibes, like specifically warm, fuzzy leather boots. It smokes out gorgeously, and it makes any eye color pop. It's a really good color, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, because normally I'm not into the neutrals, really, but that's a good shade, not gonna lie. I like that one. So then we have Elf, which you may notice how similar these are. And honestly, even on, there's not a whole hell of a lot of difference between them. I don't think we really needed both. It's slightly more on the reddish side of the line, and it has a bit of glitter sprinkled in, but otherwise it's basically the same exact color. We could have done something else in this spot, but we didn't. I'm not the one that made it. I didn't make that choice, but it is what it is. And even looking at it, I'm like, yeah, you can see the glitter in it if you tilt it around versus the other that's just like a straight shimmer, but it's fine, I guess. But at the same time, when you have something that close, it's like, did we really need both of these? We couldn't have had something a little more unique? Oh well. Like a true green or a true blue or something? That would have been nice. So then the next color in there, right next to it, is Jolly, this glittery red here. And this vibrant maroon goes on a little lighter than it looks in the pan, surprisingly. You'd think it'd be like hella pigmented. So it's a matte with glitter mixed into it. But it is patchy, and it takes some working at to even it out, and it does suffer from fallout, which, with a dark red like that, not the greatest thing. Just throwing that out there. It's not great. So then we have the color Bow over here, which is like a matte coral shade, and it's more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be, but it's actually really nice. I like it a lot more than I thought I was gonna. So then we have Slay down here, right, this guy, and it's a super shiny metallic terracotta shade, and surprising to exactly no one, this is like one of my favorite shades in here. No complaints, worked beautifully, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a metallic version of that orange that I lose my shit over. No complaints, I love it. So right next to that we have Ginger Snap, which is this brown right here. And this warm brown matte is nicely pigmented. It's a little too neutral for me personally, but that's just personal taste. It's not a reflection on the way it performs, because it performs really well. I'm sure for other people, they'd adore that shade. Just for me, I find it a little boring. So for me, I'll probably use it like as a shader or something, or like a transitional shade, not as an all-over color. That's just me. That's just me. So then we have the color Sprinkles right here, this pink one. And this is such a pretty glittery pink shimmer, but it does take work to even it out. And it does have a bunch of fallout. So be forewarned with that one. Plan ahead. You can work with it instead of against it. But yeah, there is some drawbacks with that one. So then we have the color Brandy over here. And in the pan, it looks like a matte burnt sienna, but on it's more of like a maroon, actually, which is kind of strange. It's actually kind of like the color of my hair. But it's really patchy, and it's hard to build this one evenly, so unless you're going to use it as a shader, you may skip over that one entirely, because it's hard to work with this one. So then we have the color Snowball right here, which in the pan, it looks like an iridescent white, kind of like the one that's in the Naughty palette, but then you put it on, and it's actually like a sheer sparkly light blue, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I didn't expect I was going to like it that much, because again, I was expecting it to go on white, but when it's going on like an iridescent baby blue, I'm like, oh, this is a whole other ball game, and because it's so sheer, it doesn't feel like dated to the 90s or anything, because I know a lot of people be like, oh yeah, the sheer iridescent blue, yeah, I see you 90s kid, which I mean, yes, I am, and no, I'm not sorry for it, but at the same time, it doesn't look dated like that. It's not like that kind of iridescent baby blue. It's different. It looks modern enough, but I don't know, it's really pretty, and it's hard to put it into words. So, next color, we're almost done, guys, is the color Angel, which is this silver one down here, which may be my favorite one in here. It's like the super shiny, reflective silver metallic. It's got a ton of impact without much effort going into it, but it does have a lot of fallout. So again, be forewarned. Plan ahead. You can work with it instead of against it, especially if you're strategic in your highlighter placement and the shade of highlighter you're using. You can kind of make it blend into it if you do it right, but yeah. So that brings us to the color Carolers right here, which looks like it should be a cool black, right? It's not. It's like a matte deep navy. It's a little patchy. It's got really bad fallout, and for being that dark, that is not a good thing. But as a crease shader, it'd probably be fine, but not as an all-over one. It's too much, and the second that it gets under here, now you suddenly look like The Walking Dead, because it looks like your eyes are just sunk in it. It's not cute. It's not cute. Ask me how I know. And then the final shade in there is Winter. And that one is a true black over here. But I find it ironic that it's called Winter, which you think winter, you think snow, you think white. But they made it black. Which I can only assume maybe because like the short days, the long nights, darkness, black. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of for why they would go white, or I mean black instead of white for the color Winter, but anyway, but it actually is a really nice black shade, because it is pigmented. It's what I have on right now, actually, and yeah, it's kind of smudged a little bit. That was also intentional, but it is a true black, but it smokes out really nice, which you don't find that often with a black shadow. Usually, at best, it's smudgy. At worst, they just won't move, and now it just goes down exactly where you put it, and that is that. Or it just goes, like, straight from, like, hella pigmented to almost nothing, but it doesn't look intentionally transitioned or blended. It just... blacks are usually hard to work with, so seeing one that is both a true black but also easy to work with, that's refreshing, because you don't find that often, or at least I don't. I haven't. So this is nice to have in my arsenal. Like, overall, I actually like this a lot. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. I mean, this performed and exceeded my expectations, especially given how, like, there's almost no documentation of this thing online. You can't buy it anywhere anymore at all. You can still find somebody that's got the naughty palette for sale, but the nice one, like, no one sells it. I don't know if it's just because this one was small versus the other was huge, and so everybody wanted the big one versus the little one. See, I bought them both together off of Ulta when they were selling them there, and I'm glad that I did, because I would have been upset if I'd missed out on something this great, but yeah, it just, in hindsight, this was a good palette that I wish more people had picked up back when it was new, but I slept on it too for all these years that I'm just now getting around to using it, but it is a good palette, and if somehow, someway you find one on eBay or Mercari or Poshmark or wherever that's unused, I would grab it. I would. This is not a bad palette at all. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on that. So, as usual, you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do for on this channel, you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.